meeting of the new year. It's the ACT committee meeting with Nick Allen, Brian McGinnis, and Patrick McCoy. So we're calling this meeting to order right at about 5:30. Any comments, petitions, suggestions by residents in attendance regarding items not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, we're good to move on to item 3A, which is our borough manager report.
Thank you. It's a light borough manager's report this month. We didn't have a whole lot of time in between our meetings, and there were some holidays in between as well. I just have two items I'd like to bring to the committee's attention. I'd like to welcome John Krauser into the borough. He's our new Director of Human Resources. He's joined us this evening. John brings a wealth of private sector experience leading human resource functions. He's also a retired U.S. Marine, having served for 20 years in various capacities. John is very calm, intelligent. He listens really well, and his instincts and profession align well with his career goals. He's also a student at Westchester University. So he's slowly becoming familiar with our operations, and we look forward to partnering with him on any essential tasks and projects. So if you have any questions for John, he's here with us this evening.
No questions. Welcome.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
And secondly, I'd like to bring to attention to the committee the major infrastructure project taking place on High Street. There was a presentation by PennDOT and its project team, HNTB Corporation. This is pedestrian and vehicle safety improvements on High Street between Rosedale and Minor Streets. This is a total project construction costs are estimated to be a little north of $1.6 million. And final design, will begin shortly. And they expect to authorize the project to go out to bid in September of this year, 2023. And construction can last anywhere from 1 year to 1.5 years. And plans are available on PennDOT's website. I plan on talking a little bit more about this at our work session because we have a decision to make regarding the materials that are specified in that project. Currently, the High Street Corridor Plan stipulates that new curbing and sidewalk be granite and brick. And right now, the Highway Safety Improvement Project that PennDOT is proposing concrete sidewalks and curbs where there is currently concrete sidewalk and curbs, and only replacing brick and granite where there is currently brick and granite. So we need to summarize what that would look like to add those in, the costs, and see what council wants to do. We've already asked nicely and been told that we were not going to get brick and granite just by asking. So, so we need to see if it's a priority of the elected boards, and we'll do what we can to make that happen if that's the case. That's all I have. Thank you.
Any other questions?
So asking, how about begging?
Yeah, I can ask again. Nicely.
Anything else? No other questions? Great, thanks so much. Thank you. Any public comment tonight? Cool. We can move on to item 3B, which is some upcoming projects in 2023.
It looks like I have 25 minutes, so I intend to use it all. I'm kidding. I think it's just a good opportunity as the year is beginning because I don't hear a whole lot from me, throughout the year. This year I do intend to do like a quarterly CIO report for you guys to get an idea on the projects and what's going on. So I just wanted to recap some of the things that we're getting ready to start this year. So the first, and everyone here will kind of see in a big way, is the acoustical treatments in here. We already had a walkthrough with the AV company, which was kind of cool. They were popping balloons and all kinds of fun stuff. It felt like a party, really. But we're getting ready to hopefully improve the sound quality in this room, something that I think is a long time coming. Things that are very important to me is disaster recovery enhancement, where you're really making our disaster recovery backup solutions and the ability to recover from disasters much more robust and up to date. This is a very big project, and hopefully it's one of the things hopefully we never need, right? but it really will give us the ability to recover from anywhere and relocate our operations quickly. So that's another project we're working on. Well, also, if you remember, we were supposed to have done this last year, but the product, the HP generation host servers were delayed. So we are now working with HP. We had a meeting with them today, actually, to start to design our new host servers. This is basically where all of our servers live, inside of these HP servers. More cybersecurity enhancements. This is an important one. It's another add-on by Barracuda called Data Inspector, and this allows us to monitor and flag information that's in our system that contains personal identifiable information, something that is very challenging to do today. This will automate that. Each department head could actually keep an eye on their own staff's information, and that allows us, it does not delete anything, but it does flag it and let you make decisions what you want to do with that information. Another thing we are doing is we are really expanding our two-factor authentication this year on a domain level. So when people are logging in on their local devices, it's actually asking them for two-factor. I consider this like an internal threat protector, where if an employee were to steal someone else's credentials, that employee that had it stolen would get a two-factor authentication. So I couldn't steal Dana's password and go over to a computer and log in. It's going to prompt her for authentication. So I really consider this like an internal threat protection for us. We're working that actively right now as we speak. This and the disaster recovery really speak to where the IT department's highlighted right now is disaster recovery and protection. 50% of our IT budget is purely in cybersecurity and disaster recovery. And now over 60% of our time on a day-to-day basis is in this part of our jobs. We're also, as part of our capital plan, we have scheduled workstations throughout the organization. So we'll be replacing them on schedule throughout the year for all the different departments. And also, of course, I'm working with Nick, our data enterprise application manager. We're working on Brightly, which is the property management services. Cardiograph, which is one I'm actually excited about myself, so it's going to be something that IT can use, and that is our asset management. So for the first time for IT, we'll be able to asset manage and track all of our equipment that's all over the borough. There's a lot of value there. It's going to help us with services and maintenance and knowing when they've been serviced and who to call and the value of them. So I look forward to doing that and possibly improving our public-facing service requests through a company like SeeClickFix. Nick is really leading those projects. I'm there to kind of support him and help him on these things. So that's very exciting. I'm trying to milk this as long as I can, guys. And I didn't want to have too much excitement this month for you. I didn't want to throw too much at you. So next month, I'll give you my annual report. You'll see that. I could have rushed it. I thought I would slow it down so you guys could take it all in, not too much information. So we'll talk about that next month. Is that the last thing? Anybody questions for me or anything?
Any questions? I was expecting an animation this time.
I ran out of time with the animation. If I knew I had more time for the presentation, I would have given it more effort.
That makes sense. I appreciated it, or I appreciate that. I think it's worth saying publicly every time we talk about these products that these really protect us from incredible threats. So thank you.
One call out is having Nick has really given us more time to do cybersecurity and other initiatives, and working with him, he's really doing a great job with the enterprise applications. And I think it's been a huge benefit to the organization and to myself as well, and the IT department, because the cybersecurity is really important. You can't let it go. And this gives us the ability to focus on that even more so. I just want to say that.
Yeah, thanks again. Any public comments or questions? Okay, great. Always every penny well spent on that department. Item 4A is to approve our December meeting minutes, which looked fine to me. Any issues with the minutes? Okay, we'll pass that 3-0. Any other business tonight? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and adjourn at about, 5:40. Thank you.